If you have a culture of discipline, you can do that. And that comes from leadership. Because without that being promulgated from your leaders, you can't succeed. For true success, to get to that point where your business will be a true success, not just good or successful, but a true success, you need to have a culture of discipline supported by an entrepreneurial mindset. If you get those two things, disco. Whatever you want will happen. But it's getting the two things together. I'm not saying people need discipline. I'm saying you need a culture of discipline. People need to know what their left and right of arc are, what the parameters are, what they're allowed to do, what is expected of them because of the standards you have set. And an organisation will only ever perform to the level of the standards it has. So if you're in charge, set high standards, because that's where that's where they'll go. And that's how they'll perform. It's really simple. A lot of the time though, we lose our way because we don't want to be accountable as leaders. And I say this in terms of me gut checking myself when I'm looking at my guys, or when I'm talking now to our C-suite in Sydney, and we're all having these big strategy meetings and we talk about things. It's really important to have that self-awareness, and that's something I don't think that a lot of people understand. Being self-aware is critical if you want to be a good leader. You have to understand what your weaknesses are. And it's okay to show a bit of weakness. It's okay to show people what your faults are. That is actually what humanises you to everybody else. The critical piece is you actually need to be able to talk to everybody. You cannot be the democratic leader 100% of the time. That doesn't work. Right? Sometimes you do need to be an autocratic leader. Sometimes you do need to just go in and make a decision because you know it's right and it needs to happen, and it needs to happen now. It might be for a timely reason. But it doesn't mean you need to be a dictator all the time. What I'm saying is every single human being is different. They will all respond differently to different leadership styles. You will have a dominant leadership style, but more importantly, you need to understand what all the leadership styles are. And in textbooks there's 6 of them, but what I'm getting at is you just tailor the way you speak to people, basically, right? To put it in layman's terms, to suit the personality of the individual you're dealing with. You're dealing with an introvert, extrovert, you need to understand what you're dealing with. Right, the sales teams, they love it. Extroverts, no worries. You walk in there, you can holler, you can ring the bells, turn the music up loud, and that will fire them up and they'll go and do what they're going to do. You try doing that stuff in finance? No chance. They'll go hide under their desks and they'll just be like, oh. So you got to balance what you're doing, right, with what with who you're talking to.